Hello everyone, welcome to another Photoshop tutorial. Today I'm going to be trying to teach you how to clear up some glare. This is something I have not done too much of, but I know how to do, and I mean, it's not nearly too hard. It just requires a few tools and a little bit of time. So I brought a picture of me up here. I use this for a few other videos here, but there's a lot of glare on my glasses, which bugs me a lot. So we're going to clean that up today. Tools we'll be using are the brush tool, the clone stamp tool, and maybe the spot healing brush. But yeah, so let's get right into it. First thing you're going to want to do is locate the glare, obviously. Now, useful tip, you can use the bracket keys to expand and shrink the size of the brush. So right now I have the clone stamp tool. We're going to try using this first. I'm going to be demonstrating all the ways you can do it. So we have a little line right here. Let's just start with something easy. Actually, this is so small, I'm going to try the spot healing brush. Let's bring the spot healing brush right over it. Yep. And it clears it up. Ta-da! The magic of the spot healing brush. However, I do need to... So normally it'll actually clean up... There we go, that's better. So just take a spot healing brush right over lines like that, and they should disappear. But you know, this is a little bit thin, right? This is where you want to take like the brush tool, lower the opacity of it. Make sure you're on a normal brush here, like this one here, just whatever it's called. What's it called? Hard round. Yeah. Make sure it's the correct size. Hit alternate and then select your color. Then just go over it a few times, and it'll slowly darken. See that? Now I may have done it too much there, and I suggest getting one or two different tones. See, from a distance that looks perfectly fine, right? Yeah. Alright, so let's try the same thing on this side with the spot healing brush. Okay, that one actually made the line a lot better than the last one. That's not going to require too much. However, I am going to try to... where's the correct tool? I don't use these ones very much because they're all so complicated. I'm just going to move it up a little bit there. There you go, see? That was just the smudge tool. You just click and drag up a tiny bit and it should be good. Let's go back to the spot healing brush now. Yep, see, it cleans it up perfectly. Just fine. Well, look at that, that actually worked incredibly well. Well, way better than I thought it would. Right, now I got that eye mostly cleaned up. There is this little bit here. It looks a little odd because it's coming a little far off. So I'm going to take my brush again and just select the color, a few different colors, and go over that to try and shrink it down a little bit more. There we go, that should look good. Yeah, that looks really good now. There's a little bit of a thing going on here, so I'm going to try to lighten it up a little bit. That was actually way too obvious in there. That one should be good. Yeah, there we go. That looks really good now, see? So we got one eye cleaned up. Now I'm going to show you another way. So we have the clone stamp tool here. Now this is a very useful tool for a lot of things. If you want to, like, here, I'll show you. Let's say I wanted to just when you have it, click alternate. Oh, yep. So you can do this. It's used for cloning a different part of your face or anything really. So if you go really small here. I don't know why my computer makes that noise, but then you hit alternate, click on where you want it to be, and then you can just go with it, right? And it'll just copy wherever it is, and it actually will follow it. So if you do it like right here, you can see the spot there. It was right there. It'll actually continue to move as you move, so it's not going to be the same thing the entire time. Now it's not the greatest tool for doing this, because it does make it look really repetitive and bad, and what I actually used to do it last time I cleaned up this photo and forgot to save it. So I don't suggest using that one unless you see it necessary to. But yeah, so back to the brush tool and whatnot. Brush tool, good. Make sure, remember, opacity, you have to have it on low. Clone stamp or spot healer brush, just go over the area you want it to clean up, and for some bigger spots like this, it actually is hard for it to do. I'll get to that. Whoa, oh. Oh, okay. I'm using the spot healing brush still, I forgot. Okay, just clean this up a little bit. That looked ugly right there. So see, it does kind of start to look bad if you do it too much. Actually, I know why it's looking horrible. I started going right over the eye. Alright, I still want to get this cleaned up though. Alright, so let's get the eye cleaned up here now. That's incorrect. It's taking from a large area here. So in this case, you would want to use like the brush tool. And select this. Let's go over it a bunch. Maybe make it like more of a white. And then go over it. Actually, that's too much. If you're going to do that, lower the opacity a good amount. So it's very low and it just gives it a very subtle whiteness. Like, you can do that with teeth too, really. If you want to brighten up teeth, I'll show you. I believe I'm smiling in this, yes. Alright, just get white, go very low opacity, and the same tool can be used to whiten your teeth, if I wanted to. So you could have like one really nice tooth, and then all the others are just bad, see? And it looks real too, like, it's hard to tell. Unless you actually are good at spotting that stuff, but yellow teeth, yay. Okay, I need my Photoshop to cooperate with me here. So, in this case, clone stamp might be the good one to go with. So you select a little bit off to the side, just go up. Problem, like I said though, it does maybe starts to look a little repetitive. For lines, this tool or the spot healing brush might work, which is always good to have more than one tool work for something. Oh. Just like that. Yeah, so that looks kind of okay. It's not too good, so we're going to take the brush again, select the darker shade of it, and just go over it with it because it looked really light. That blends in better. However, you can still see when you're zoomed out, it is quite bad for blending in. So I'm going to try and blend it better. Now at this point, you can still see the smudge area from out here. Alright, you can still see this area. This is what's the hard part about it. It's very hard to make it look like it fits. So I'm going to try the blur tool here to see if I can blur the edges a little bit of it. Make it fit better. If we go back to the spot healer, see if I can. That did not work. Okay. Now clone stamp again. Hotkey is S for clone stamp. In case you're curious. I went too far down with that. Trying to make it look nice and smooth here. There we go. Yeah, there you go. See? Blur tool can be very useful in these cases. So yeah, I'm gonna also make it look a little bit better while I'm in this area doing stuff. I think this is one of the spots that got blurred a little bit. Make it a little more defined there. It's very hard sometimes to max features again because it's human. It's very difficult to mimic. Alright, now for the hard part. This is the top up here. Clone stamp, I would say, is probably the best one to use up here. So you want to hit alternate, select your area, and then, yeah, come back down, select this side maybe. There we go. See, that's kind of looking okay. It is very difficult to make it all blend in at the end though. Oh dear. Because it is just copying it over and over. But we're going to try. I'm going to continue to do this. If I run into no, I'm not. I'm just going to do it on here. I'm going to use the clone stamp here. That was wrong. I don't want to do it there because there's a line there I'm going to need if I want to get all the way across here and make it look okay. This is where like the hard part comes in after I'm done with this because I got to blend them together right there. There's a lot of really small steps to it. It's not too difficult really, but you do need to put effort into it to make it look fine. Like right there, you can tell it's definitely something's wrong with it. That can be fixed mostly with the blur tool at the end. I'll show you that. However, let's just finish cleaning this up. If you're doing this along with me, and you have your own picture you're doing, I suggest you pause it and get it done, or try make it to the point I've made it to here. Yeah, see the problem with this? It's gonna come out as one side really dark, one side really light. Alright, this is where, see, now this is where it looks really horrible here. So there's two distinct colors here. Let me actually, don't do that part. Alright, get my brush back here. Let's start by mixing these two. So best way to do it is just really to try integrating them. Getting one side of this and then just start darkening it in the middle there. Getting them as close to each other as possible. And then just going over all this stuff. Trying to make the colors match as best as you can. It is a bit of a difficult process to determine if it looks nice, because it is such a weird thing to do. But if you put enough time into this, it does look fine. So here's the one that's going to be very difficult to blend, just because of the differences are so drastic. It's crazy actually. So you want to actually go pretty far in when you're doing this to make it look like it's not a quick transition, to make a longer transition though. And you do want to do it for both sides, lighten this one side, darken the other side. Like I said, because it is such a drastic transition, you're going to want more space to transition them. Okay, that's not too bad. Let's try and blur it now. So go back to your blur tool. And then just make a size, and then just start going over it. Don't overdo it, otherwise it will look very fake. Just do it along the spots where you think it needs the most, where it's really rough. And zoom out again. You can still tell it's very rough in it, so I'm actually going to fix the eye too because it's having an issue here. That looks slightly better. There is this light spot right here which is very much bugging me, so I'm going to attempt to get rid of it. That actually went quite well. This spot right here is still pretty rough. Let's try the spot healing brush to see if we can get it to cooperate with us here. If we can give it more texture in there. Okay, so it did darken it a little bit. Not horrible, however, interesting. Okay, that was not a good idea there. Yeah, so it does take a lot of micromanaging. Just keep trying. If it's not working out too well for you, I didn't do too badly on this one. Turned out okay. Pretty happy with it despite this huge color gap right here, which I'm actually just going to try and blend a little bit more. I'm not going to like go full on there, and like I said, different colors helps too, just dotting it in there. It's not too bad. I feel like that turned out way better than I thought it would. Let's bring it back to what's the spot healing brush hotkey. J. Alright. That's interesting. Make it smaller here and just try and smooth it out a little bit here. Going straight across the area that it's trying to smooth out. I think I made that look pretty good actually. Yeah, this is still a little dark on this side. Gonna lighten it up. But otherwise, that's all I have for you. That's all the skills you'll need to know to get this done. If you enjoyed and this is helpful, please leave a like. That would help me out very much. Helps the video get found by more people so I can help them out. Yeah, this is just another technique I use on pictures. And you can see the glare is almost completely gone. I would have to get rid of this too if I wanted to make it completely accurate. Yeah, but thank you guys for watching. I'm gonna clean this up and probably use it for things in the future. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye. Thank you.